Hey, welcome back to the channel. I know not to be dangerous farm. My name is Rob, and on today's docket is adjusting the smaller flail mower. So what we did is we got super excited and unboxed it and threw it on a tractor, and then did a demo on it with the other flail mower and brush hog. I'll link that video to this one. But we never set it up really. We cut the PTO to length and we're good to go. Again, me showing you what not to do is don't go in the field and mow until you set up the flail mower totally. But it's kind of in a rush to get the field mowed. I had to get it trimmed, yada yada yada. So we're always in a rush here. So now we're gonna set this flail mower up to our 24 horse New Holland, and it's kind of, when you set it up to a tractor, you kind of set it up to a tractor, and there's really no reason for this mower to be on any of the other tractors, so I'm pretty confident that this will be a one-time setup. So what we did, in a previous video, we cut the PTO shaft and everything like that to get it set up to this tractor, but what we didn't do is adjust the shoes or the roller for pretty much the depth. And during that demo, I had to keep raising and lowering it by the 3-point hitch control, which is pretty wonky. But so we'll go over the steps on how to level this thing. And yeah, I know the tractor needs a bath, and it's going to get one in probably the next video. I'm going to do a comparison of the high dollar foam cannon soap and then just what Amazon kind of sends you when you think you're buying the high dollar water cannon soap. We'll go into that in that video, but let's show you what we're dealing with. So what we're dealing with is a Betsko 48-inch flail mower, and it's supposed to be hydraulic offset, which still not sure if that's even coming, but this is where it bolts on. I'm going to have to unbolt it from there and then put the hydraulic side shift on. And we're going to have to put a diverter valve on this tractor in a future video, so stay tuned to that. So we did cut this to length, and so now what we need to do is we need to lower the shoes. These are the shoes right here, the gray thing, and then possibly adjust the roller height on it. That looks really fun, but this doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's three bolts. I think they're 19 millimeter. So what we'll do is we'll raise this, and then we'll double check we got all the Zerk fittings, because that does not look like it got any grease. I don't know, but we'll double check. And what we'll check is for level too. So what we'll lift up on this thing and lower it. Good flat solid surface for this. And what we have, fortunately, the only piece of concrete on the tree farm is this piece here that used to be a, I don't know, not sure. I think there was a single wide trailer used to be here, and so that's hence this. What we'll do is we'll raise this up, make sure it's coming down level onto the concrete, because we don't want any of this deal. And as you can see here, this is not another PTO shaft. This is an Overrun clutch. So I'm a big fan of Overrun clutches, especially on tractors that are going to be running a mower. This flail mower isn't too bad. It doesn't spin too much after you shut it off, but that bigger flail mower or that big brush hog or any brush hog will keep spinning. And your tractor has a PTO brake, so when you shut it up, most tractors shut it off, there's like a braking mechanism trying to stop that PTO shaft from continuously spinning. And it's a wear item, and I've replaced them in older tractors, and it's not a huge deal, but you know, if you can just, you know, this is like 65 bucks, and what this does, this hooks to your tractor, then you put your implement here. This part connected to the implement will keep spinning after you shut it off, and this part connected to the tractor will not. So the PTO brake on this side, tractor side, is not trying to stop this, and it's like a brake pad in there. It's just trying to stop it constantly. So and a brush hog specifically just wants to keep turning just because of its design and inertia or something like that. So I'm a big fan of these for 65 bucks. You know, it'll like make that PTO clutch or PTO brake last forever. And this looks like it has a little plastic wear piece in there. And a snap ring. Looks like it's really easy to replace. So we'll see how many hours we can put on this thing without replacing that white plastic piece. Looks like that's what's saving everything. We'll see how that works out. But I'm going to install this on there. It's no big whoop. This just goes on the tractor, and then the implement goes onto here. So what we're going to do now is raise this up so we can get at these shoes and lower them. Look, right now it looks like the hammer knives are about this far away. It seems like that's what you'd want to be cutting, but that's like 1.5 inches. And once you get out in the field, you don't want that thing down 1.5 inches. There's rocks, and here there's little stumps and stuff. So we need to raise that up. I'm thinking maybe to 4 inches, and we'll see what that does. And then we're going to tip this back a little bit, which will help with the length of the PTO shaft, putting this in there, because we're going to gain like 3.5 inches here, and tipping it back more on the roller. Hopefully it's pretty much a wash between this thing and, you know, having that tip back a little bit more on the roller. So if you're going along and you get a stump or a rock or something, the knives don't hit it, and the roller kind of bumps over the top of it and just keeps going. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to raise this up, get the shoes, and take a look at the roller, see if we want to lower the roller anymore, and then we'll lower it down, make sure we're level. If we're not level, the right side on this is an adjustable lift arm, so we'll make it level, and we'll go from there. So pro tip on this is a this is a TD or TC24D. I think the D stands for deluxe, but I think it's just because it's a hydrostatic. So every time you start this tractor, it seems like it wants glow plugs, but unfortunately the glow plug light doesn't always light up. This right here doesn't always light up. So to engage the glow plugs, you go one click, and then just before you start it, see, the glow plug didn't light up, but I know the glow plug's working because these two other lights lit up, and as soon as I put it in the glow plug position, they kind of dimmed down. So that's how I have to do this tractor. Even though this tractor only has 313 hours on it and it's about 20 years old, you wouldn't think there'd be anything wrong with it, but it always starts right up. Got to have it in neutral. So we'll pick this thing up so we can get at it. Yeah, I can already tell this isn't level. I'm not sure why I wouldn't have this thing level. I can tell it's not level either. So I want to shut that off because I don't want the thing running. So here's the three we'll have to loosen to let the shoes down. These three here, let these shoes down, and then there's some right here, some adjustments for the roller. Looks like it's in the middle position. It looks like you can go down one more, which we might do that. I'd rather mow too high than too low. So this is what it looks like with one mowing. Not even an hour. But we hit some stumps. We hit some stumps with this, and I don't see any damage to the knives. We didn't hit any rocks. So like always, when you have an implement up in the air and the tractor's off, or even when the tractor's on, well, if the tractor's on, don't be underneath the implement. But when the tractor's off, make sure you have nice, steady, heavy-duty stands under here like I do so it doesn't fall down on you. This should be pretty easy. This one's actually finger tight. Pretty easy to change because it's 19 millimeter. Because these are brand new. They've only been used like I don't know, not even a half an hour. So I'll loosen these bad boys up, because these shoes weren't even touching, but I'm sure they send that like that. So it's less room in the crate. So here's all the adjustments you can make. This does seem very heavy duty. It probably will last forever, because you're not going on concrete or a lot of rocks. You're basically, this would be gliding on grass, most of the time moist grass. So I don't. It's kind of a trial and error thing, because I really don't know where I want to be. But I do know I don't want to be up that high. So kind of want it at an angle, I think. Again, trial and error, whatever's suiting your purpose. I don't advise this all the way up. You're going to want to do that to get a lower cut. I want to do this, maybe the middle one. Hang it right there, then we're not kind of holding the whole thing. Washer, lock nut, tighten it back up. Torque. I'm sure there's torque settings on this thing, but I'm not sure. This is, yeah, I know, I can't find it. All right, while you're over here, you might as well loosen these. I think I'm just going to drop this roller one notch, because this is, you don't have to take this one out, because this is kind of like a pivot point. So we'll just take this one out. We'll take this one out and move it to this hole, and then that'll drop our roller just a little bit more. Always hurrying, trying to, it's early morning, it's kind of cool this morning, hence the sweatshirt. You won't be able to turn this down yet until you get the other side loose, so put that right there so you don't lose it. Like I was saying, I'm trying to hurry a little bit, because the bees are kind of docile this morning because it's so cool, so we want to get in and out of there, get this mower done before the bees kind of wake up and get all mad. So this side, same thing. Just make sure check all these, the tightness of all these since you're over here. Same process. We'll lower this down. Remember the hole you're in, put it in the same hole, and then we'll be able to lower the roller, because the other side is off now. I know, impact gun, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just using what I got. I'm just trying to do it. Just trying to get it done. So this one you don't have to take out, just loosen it. Whoa. It's actually pretty heavy. So it has various, you can use either one of these holes, and then there's a bunch of holes. So the two outside holes you can line up with any of these options. So I don't know how many different options that is, but this is where it was. To drop it one setting, we can use this hole or one like this. I think I'm going to use this hole because I don't want it too much, because we are lowering the shoes, and then we can play with this thing with the top link of the tractor. Let's loosen the neighbor here. Try not to hit yourself in the face. Now I've already forgot which hole we're in on the other side, so just count. We got 2 below. Get one started, hand tight, so then you're just doing a little bouncing act. 2 showing. Torque. Torque. Since you're here, let's just make sure these are tight. These are not tight. You probably could over torque these, so might want to make sure. All right, so all we got left now is that other roller bolt. So all we got now is put this other roller bolt in. Look across the way to make sure you're putting in the right one. I think I know why the Zerk fitting didn't get any grease, because we ran out of grease in our grease gun. Might as well check all these other ones. Like this one's loose. This just holds the cover on, so don't crank that one down. That got grease. Everything else got grease except I lost that. Forgot that other one. All right, so now we'll start the tractor up and see if we are level. So lower it down to see if one hits before the other. So you can see this side is hitting, that side has a couple inches. So with this particular tractor, you just, here's the top link. It used to have a little deal there, so I got to go get a screwdriver or something. All right, so I'm back. So this tractor, most tractors and all the ones I have, the adjustable link is on, I don't know, if you're sitting on the tractor, it's on the right side. If you're looking at the back of the tractor, it's on the right side. Mostly very fine thread. Here's the jam nut. You tighten down so this doesn't vibrate either way. So this was just, I don't know, but I'm going to keep it on the tractor now for adjustments like this. I don't know what this is for, just had it on the shelf. And it's best to take a little weight off of it so you can adjust this a little bit more. See how easy it turns now? So we want to bring that up. So turn it this way to bring it up. See, it's getting tighter now, so we'll let a little more weight down. Should be pretty close. All right, so now we're even side to side, and then we'll lower that jam nut and tighten it down, and let's see what the shoes are doing. So the shoes are like a half an inch from touching. The hammer knives are about 3 inches above the cement, so I think I like that. I think what we're going to have to do is put these shoes down one more notch, because it's riding on the roller. I don't want to wear that roller out. So right now it's only riding on the roller, and then this is not even touching. So I'm going to lower these a little bit more, because I want it riding on the roller a little bit, but not all of it. Okay, I lowered the shoes all the way down. The roller has one more setting, but I'm going to try it there. I want some weight on the roller and then have the options of, having it more down on the shoes. But this is how I'm going to run. We've leveled it side to side. So now the final adjustment, as I lowered it, it came down on the roller first. So in the field, you can make some minor adjustments just by using this center link. Don't forget to put your jam nut down so this doesn't keep adjusting. So I want this to come forward a little bit more on the shoes. So you shorten your center link. And if it starts getting hard on you, lower all the way. As you can see, you're putting more of the weight down on the shoes. So now I got it about 50-50 on the shoes. The shoes are nice and flat. This is about that much from the ground. So if we wanted a little bit more on the roller, we would just lengthen this. We're going to do that. We're going to lengthen that so it's on the shoes and the roller. There's a little slop there, so this also has a jam nut so it doesn't move on you. So put that up there. That's all there is to it to set up this little mower. You get the PTO shaft length like I did in a previous video, but do all these other adjustments first. So I'm going to go grab the grease gun and get that Zerk fitting on the other side before I forget it again. But that's why you inspect your equipment, daily, every time you use it. Just do a little walk around, check the bolt tightness. After this is run a couple times, I won't check the bolts all the time, but you can see if it's loose or something, and check the fluids and just double check you got all the grease fittings, obviously, because I missed one. So we're all set to do a little flail mowing, and we're going to go clean up the area where the mums are going to be, and we just leave this on all summer. So it's just get up and go and get on it. When you have a couple hours or something, you just jump on a tractor and go mow. And it's not like a job. So thanks for stopping in. Be careful out there, and thanks for watching. So as I stop this, the reason I had my hood on is there's a bee's nest over there that I really kicked up ground bees. So I wasn't trying to be cool looking, so I just put my hood up and just got it done. But anyways, the reason I didn't put an overrun clutch on the tractor like the one I just showed you, it already has an overrun clutch on the PTO shaft. So that's why I sized the PTO shaft like I did. I remembered that when I was running from the bees. So that overrun little shaft there is going to go on the TYM because that one does not have it, and sometimes that runs a brush hog, and I'll use that on both tractors, whatever is running the brush hog, and we'll utilize that. But anyways, just want to let you know why I didn't put the overrun clutch on this smaller tractor.